Welcome you all for the summary and analysis of Oedipus Rex or Oedipus the King by Sophocles. Sophocles. Sophocles, along with Aeschylus and Euripides, is considered three great tragic playwrights. He was born about 496 BC at Colonus, a village just outside Athens in Greece. Sophocles lived during the classical period, that is 500 to 400 BC, a time of transition for Greece when political and cultural events were changing and shaping Athenian culture. Sophocles played an important part in this creation of a civilization, which included looking backward to ancient traditions and the first epic poetry of Greece written by Homer. Homer's great epics like the Iliad and the Odyssey profoundly influenced Sophocles. Notable works of Sophocles. Sophocles wrote more than 120 plays, but only 7 complete tragedies survive. Of the rest, only some titles and fragments remain. The first one is Ajax or Ajas. The second one is Antigone, was written in or before 441 BC. The third one is Women of Trachis. The next one is Oedipus Rex, is also known as Oedipus Tyrannus, first performed around 429 BC. Electra, Philoctetus, and the last one is Oedipus at Colonus. You should also know about the Theban plays. The Theban plays comprise of 3 plays. The first one is Oedipus Rex, the second one is Oedipus at Colonus, and the last one is Antigone. All 3 concern the fate of Thebes during and after the reign of King Oedipus. Thebes is a city in central Greece. It is to be noted, they have often been published under a single cover, but Sophocles wrote them for separate festival competitions. About the play Oedipus Rex. Oedipus Rex was the second to be written out of the 3 Theban plays. However, in terms of the chronology of events that the plays describe, Oedipus Rex comes first, followed by Oedipus at Colonus and then Antigone. Over the centuries, it has come to be regarded by many as the great Greek tragedy par excellence and certainly as the summit of Sophocles' achievements. The play is structured as a prologue and 5 episodes, each introduced by a choral chord. Each of the incidents in the play is part of a tightly constructed investigation of the past, and the play is considered a marvel of plot structure. Let's move on to the characters. The first one is Oedipus. Long before the play begins, Oedipus became the king of Thebes by solving the riddle of the Sphinx, a winged monster. The next one is Jocasta. She is the queen of Thebes and wife and mother of Oedipus. She was the widow of Thebes' former king Laius and married Oedipus when he saved the city from the Sphinx. Laius. He is the biological father of Oedipus and the king of Thebes. Creon, brother-in-law of Oedipus. He is also Oedipus' trusted advisor. Tiresias, a blind prophet who has guided the king of Thebes with his advice and counsel. Antigone and Ione are Oedipus' young daughters. Polybus, king of Corinth, whom Oedipus considers as his father, the adoptive father of Oedipus. Mero, wife of Polybus, whom Oedipus considers as his mother, the adoptive mother of Oedipus. Chorus. The chorus in classical Greek drama was a group of actors who described and commented upon the main action of a play with song, dance, and recitation. Here in Oedipus Rex, a group of Theban elders and a leader who comment on the events of the drama and react to its tragic progression. Background to the play Oedipus Rex. What happened to Oedipus when he was born? When Oedipus was born to King Laius and Queen Jocasta, his father and king of Thebes ties his hand and feet and leaves him on a mountainside to die. Because he hears the oracle saying that his son will kill him one day and will also marry his own mother. A shepherd rescues Oedipus and brings him to the king of Corinth, Polybus, who raises Oedipus. The plot overview of Oedipus Rex. As the play opens, the citizens of Thebes beg their king Oedipus to lift the infectious disease, plague, that threatens to destroy the whole city. Oedipus has already sent his brother-in-law Creon to the oracle to know about the plague and its causes. Creon announces Oedipus that the oracle instructs them to find the murderer of Laius, the king who ruled Thebes before Oedipus. It is also informed that the discovery and punishment of the murderer will end the plague. Oedipus decides to find the murderer and calls the blind prophet Tiresias. Tiresias at first refuses to speak, but finally accuses Oedipus himself of killing Laius. Oedipus gets furious and rejects the prophet. Oedipus seeks to gain advice from Jocasta, his wife and the queen. She encourages him to ignore prophecies, explaining that the prophet once told her that Laius, her first husband, would die at the hands of their son. According to Jocasta, the prophecy did not come true because the baby died abandoned and Laius himself was killed by a band of robbers at a crossroads. After hearing these words from Jocasta, Oedipus becomes distressed more. Why was Oedipus distressed more after hearing the words of Jocasta? How did Oedipus come to Thebes? Before Oedipus came to Thebes, he killed a man who resembled Laius at a crossroads. Another worry also haunts Oedipus now. Do you know what it is? As a young man, he learned from an oracle that he was fated to kill his father and marry his mother. Actually, this fear of prophecy made him to move away from his home in Corinth and brought him ultimately to Thebes. Oedipus also finds out from a messenger now that Polybus, king of Corinth, has died of old age. The messenger also brings another news, informing that Polybus and Merope are not Oedipus's real parents. In fact, the messenger himself gave Oedipus to the royal couple when a shepherd was offered an abandoned baby from the house of Laius. Oedipus becomes determined to track down the shepherd and learns the truth of his birth, that he is actually the son of Laius and Jocasta. He also found out that the prophecy has become true now. Realizing that he has killed his father and married his mother, Oedipus is agonized by his fate. Rushing into the palace, Oedipus finds that the queen has killed herself. Feeling so depressed, Oedipus takes the pins of her gown and blinds himself. Now blinded, Oedipus begs Creon to kill him. The play concludes of Creon's leadership, and Oedipus humbly avoids the oracle whether to stay in Thebes or be cast out forever.